Today on Locked On Rockies, big time weekend sweep.
You are Locked On Rockies, your daily Colorado Rockies podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Rock on Rockies fans, welcome into the Locked On Rockies podcast for today. It is the 20th day of June. I've been traveling. I was at the world's largest in-person Mario Superstar Baseball tournament this weekend. I had a lot of fun doing that. We can talk about that. Actually, I'll have a little bit of fun talking about that later. But we have a lot to talk about here on the Locked On Rockies podcast. But I did kind of want to point out that I'm not in usual Locked On Rockies HQ here, so I am on the road. So this is the mobile setup. But today on Locked On Rockies, we are talking about the Rockies sweeping the San Diego Padres. An absolutely great weekend series for the Colorado Rockies. Arguably, potentially, maybe the best series of the year for the Rockies, especially them winning the close game with who I have said multiple times needs to step up and make improvements and contribute more to this team. Ryan McMahon coming up in a big situation. But we're going to break that down. We're going to talk about one of the most important things that the Rockies did this weekend, which was hit home runs. But before we do that, I'm Paul Holden. I am the host of the Locked On Rockies podcast. I'm your Rockies fan extraordinaire. I work on the radio airwaves in Seattle. I also host Mario Baseball streams and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. You can follow me in everything I do at Paul Holden 33 there on Twitter. You can also follow the show at LO Rockies, and your subscription on YouTube is a massive help for us as well. Today's episode of Locked On Rockies is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered this season with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. Avalanche Game 3. Get in on the action tonight at BetOnline, where the game starts. Folks, how about that? The Colorado Rockies go out this weekend and play the Padres incredibly well. 2 out of the 3 games, the Rockies have substantial leads over 5+ runs. And what do? They do it by the long ball. The Rockies desperately needed to hit home runs. The one thing they have been missing this year is hitting home runs. It's a considerably frustrating thing that the Rockies aren't always one of the top things in home runs. Yes, we've talked on this show, especially about not having the mindset of you need to hit home runs, but you need to hit home runs. I know I kind of am contradicting myself and what I've said in the past on the show, but here's the deal. You need to have the mix. You trade Raimel Tapia for Grichuk to come in and do exactly what he did this weekend. And this is kind of what Toronto fans told me in the comments of the video that I posted after the Raimel Tapia trade, was that he was going to have some streaks, but if he can start hitting home runs, he can go on stretches where he's going to use the long ball. And the home run is such an important tool, especially in the modern day game of baseball. Yes, it's not as entertaining. Yes, we wish that there was more things happening in terms of small ball, but being good at hitting home runs, going out there and hitting home runs in multiple games, having a weekend full of hitting home runs instead of not hitting home runs at all in complete series, that's a massive shift. That means every single time you hit a home run, it's a clutch hit. It's an RBI generating run. I know maybe that's not the definition, but in my mindset and my idea of a successful at bat, the most success you can have in an at bat is driving in an RBI and not generating an out for yourself. So whether it be a solo home run or, however many run home run, it is always a success. There is never a negative to hitting a home run. It's crazy to think that there might be a negative to other things, but there is never a bad time to hit a home run. There's never a missed opportunity as a result of a home run. A home run is always a plus. That is a tool that if you can be successful at, look at the Yankees right now. Why are the Yankees great? It's because Aaron Judge is hitting home runs all the time. It's because they have someone that's taking advantage of their environment, taking advantage of their ballpark, and doing something. Hitting home runs is a cherry on top, an extra bonus filling, an extra bonus topping that really takes a team to the next level. Teams that have great offenses are led by the fact that they hit home runs. What happens when and this is a Padres pitching staff that has been great all season long. I mean, again, we saw this Padres pitching staff, and while the Rockies did indeed split the series with the Padres, the Rockies go out there and they go out and get Gore and chase him out there in 4 innings, 9 hits, 8 earned runs, 1 strikeout, and 3 walks for Gore, the starter on Friday. Let's take a look at Saturday's game there, the closer one there. Martinez, 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. A great thing that we saw from the Rockies too here. Not a lot of strikeouts, didn't let the starters get in a very big groove with the starters. And again, Blake Snell struggling again. 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. The Rockies went out against the Padres pitching staff that has been good and thumped them at home. This is the Colorado Rockies at home. This is what you have to do. This is how you have to step up. The Rockies can't lose 7 games in a row at Coors Field. That's just not anywhere close to how the Rockies will see any form of success moving forward through this season and throughout the future of the franchise. The Rockies always have to be a menace and a threat at home. They always have to be a bigger threat while they continue to develop and should embrace more things to figure out the road. But however, it's great that finally 3 games in a row, including 1 close game, the Rockies are the ones that don't make the mistakes. They are the ones that come out big, and they are the ones that go out and swing the bat really, really well. And again, I can't emphasize enough that how important it is. We saw the home run this weekend. I mean, it was incredible to see the turnaround. It's home runs generate so much energy, so much momentum, so much. You can see it. I mean, big defensive plays, big doubles, yeah, in certain situations. There's nothing in baseball that energizes a team quite like seeing someone square up a ball and hit the ball yard. That means someone on the team is seeing the pitches. That means you get to look at your batter, you look at your teammate. Maybe you're on deck, maybe you're in the hole, maybe you're just looking for you're looking for your next opportunity. You're seeing, especially if multiple people are doing it, or someone's hit multiple home runs in the game, you're seeing someone that's seeing the ball well, and that helps you build the confidence that, hey, this pitcher's stuff is off, my opportunity is going to come. And the biggest home run of the weekend is one that I'll tell you about after this. Our friends at Athletic Greens want to help you start your day off right. And all you have to do is take 1 scoop and put it in a glass of water. That's it. And what is it going to do? It's going to boost your energy. It's going to boost your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, your recovery, focus, and aging, all the things. I've been taking our friend's supplement there, Athletic Greens, for a little bit now. And every time that I take it, it makes me feel a little bit of a boost in the morning. It makes me feel, I don't always eat in the morning. And this is something you should take before you eat anything. So for me, I take this and it kind of fills me up. It kind of gives me what I need to get my day started. I'm also not a coffee drinker. So it's nice that when I'm starting my day with Athletic Greens, I'm starting my day with 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. And that helps me start my day right. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you eat keto, paleo, vegan, dairy free, or gluten free. It contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything. Athletic Greens was created when the founder experienced a ton of gut health issues and ended up on a complicated supplement routine to recover. It cost him $100 a day. He created Athletic Greens after experiencing how difficult it was to create an optimal nutrition routine on your own. Right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/MLB network. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/MLB network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutrition. The biggest home run of the weekend was easily Ryan McMahon's home run for the Rockies in the 8th in the game on Saturday. Ryan McMahon is a player that the Rockies need to see a breakout from. And if the Rockies are going to get a breakout following a 3-for-3 day with a walk, with the biggest home run to put the Rockies in the lead, to give them a first series win at home in a bit, to set up a sweep, to put the Rockies in a big position. That is going to be massive for the Rockies. Ryan McMahon is especially a type of person that if he can add home run hitting, not all the time, I want consistency from Ryan McMahon. And Ryan McMahon goes out there and he does go 0 for 2, but draws 2 walks, gets on base twice. Sometimes you can get the job done by just getting on base there. And what happens? Elias Diaz does the damage. Two players that needed to have some solid contributions, and both of them did. Elias Diaz also steps up this weekend and has the big long ball for the Rockies. I believe it was a long ball for the Rockies. I think there was a 3-run shot that he hit there. But of course, we also have the Elias Diaz, the RBI single, and then Elias Diaz also hitting the home run in the bottom of the 6th for the Tacos inning. That is right. I do remember seeing that as well. So I mean, again, massive. Those play, and that's all it needs for just solid contribution from two players that need to get it done. Home runs are such a great way to do that. And it's Coors. It is. Other teams shouldn't be able to come into Coors Field and keep the Rockies out of the home run category. But you know what? The Rockies were able to get lots of long balls this weekend, and we got to especially see Grichuk go out there and put the ball over the wall a couple of times here. And of course, the Crone Zone on Friday. It's just, this is a recipe. This is the recipe for success here. Let's take a look here for the Rockies on Friday. The 10-4 win for the Rockies here. Mind you, 41-25 Padres at this time when they come into the Rockies on that game on Friday. Connor Joe goes 2 for 4. Jonathan Daza 2 for 5. Charlie Blackmon goes 3 for 4. CJ Crone 3 for 5 RBIs. Charlie Blackmon has 2 RBIs. Rogers not as good, but then here we go. Bottom of the lineup, a hit for both Iglesias and Servin. Grichuk with the 2 hits with the long ball as well. He hit one on Friday, if I recall. I'm going through. Charlie Blackmon RBI triple. Remember, now he's now another franchise leader. Charlie Blackmon now leads something for the Rockies. Grichuk had the big 3-run bomb here off Mackenzie Gore to put the Rockies up 6. That was a laser beam. That ball was just roped. It was a very interesting home run, and it's not one that you expect to see, but it's a good piece of clean hitting and a good piece of solid piece of hitting as well. And one thing I know we haven't talked about too much, the Rockies pitching was pretty good this weekend as well. Kyle Freeland, 7 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts, surprisingly enough for Freeland. But again, to go the distance there for 7 innings, Estevez comes in allowing 1 walk, but no damage done. Bird makes the debut, I believe, here on the Friday game, and gets the first save for him. And then in that close one there for the Rockies, we see Herman, not again the sharpest that we've seen him, but 7 strikeouts. Again, that is a lot of strikeouts. 2 walks, 4 earned runs on 8 hits. Chacin, Colome, and Bard all come in, shut the door, and held the Padres to 2 hits there. A walk there from Bard late. You hate to see that, but that's a good, again, the Rockies coming up big when everyone's not as sharp. They won that game on Saturday. It was the close game on Saturday, and it was players that you've been waiting for to step up. You've been hoping for to step up. They did, and it's highlighted by a big time Ryan McMahon solo shot to put the Rockies ahead. The Rockies out hit in that game by 1 as well, but they still get the job done. And Ryan McMahon is the big hero on that one. Connor Joe going 0 for 4. Jonathan Dawes only going 1 for 4. Charlie Blackmon, though, Charlie Blackmon in this DH position has been doing. He has really been had an incredibly solid stretch here. I would say at this point, the last 30 days for Charlie Blackmon have treated him really, really well, and I really think that's part of the DH role. That's knowing and understanding that his role and his identity for this team is to be an offensive contributor, and when he does that, he does more than when he has to balance both things. When he, I don't know, maybe I'm speculating, but having the idea and the focus now just be solely on hitting, Blackmon can now put more time and devotion into whatever his process is, whatever his prep is. He's going to play more right field. You're never not going to see Charlie Blackmon play right field, but now he can put a lot more focus into developing an idea, developing his mindset, developing his approach for the next at bat against the opponent. And I mean, again, an incredibly solid weekend for Charlie Blackmon. 2 for 4 in the Saturday game. Going back into the Friday game for Charlie Blackmon, he's 3 for 4 there against the Padres on Friday. And then in yesterday's game against the Padres, Charlie Blackmon 1 for 4, a hit in all 3 games for the Rockies. And again, he DHs in all of these games. I'm very happy to see the Rockies and Charlie Blackmon kind of get on the same page in the way they want to use him and his abilities. Another good takeaway from this Padre series in terms of the offense for the Rockies. If you take a look at the game on Sunday, same amount of hits. We've seen the Rockies have a lot of hits and a lot of missed opportunities. However, the Rockies and Padres tie in hits in yesterday's game, but the Rockies win 8-3. That's a 5-run lead with it tied in hits. That's a testament to the pitching staff getting out of jams and doing their job. But that was the Rockies this weekend finally put the runners in scoring position, at least for this series. They avoided the woes of the runners in scoring position curse, and the one that was happening at Coors Field as well. And how do you avoid leaving runners on? Well, you just hit the ball over the wall, and then you don't have to deal with it with anything. Again, Elias Diaz, a nice the home run as well, and it was just a very good, solid weekend. Especially, man, it would be if the consistency, if the home run consistency is going to keep coming from Randall. I don't know why he calls him Randall, but it's from Grichuk. Massive for the Rockies, and it just it finally can sit after a full stretch of games and feel refreshed by what the Rockies did, and doing it against the a team that's been playing very, very well in the Padres, especially their pitching staff. So again, a couple more highlights for that looking ahead, and I don't know, maybe I'll give you a little insight into where I've been the weekend here. But before I do that, want to let you all know that we got some NBA draft night coverage going on. One live NBA draft show is not enough for Locked On. The entire NBA channel is going live on NBA draft night. So, of course, there's a lot of questions about what's going on with the Nuggets. They have a new person heading things up in the direction. Well, guess what? Locked On Nuggets is going to be live on draft night and on the Locked On Nuggets YouTube channel, so you can get notified when they make a pick. So make sure that you are subscribed to Locked On Nuggets for that. Also, you got to head on over to BetOnline. BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest sports developments, leagues, reviews, and news, including this year's NHL playoffs. Well, guess what, folks? Game 3 is tonight. And what better way to celebrate with your Avalanche than going over to BetOnline and checking out all the lines, the props, and the odds there that you can get in on for tonight's game. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sporting wagering information, including live betting, esports, and scores. And BetOnline.net remains the best spot for all your sports scores, podcasts, and news this season. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports and events, including MMA, boxing, and golf. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends and action. Bet online, where the game starts. While the Rockies were dominating the Padres this weekend, and again, there's just something about the Rockies playing San Diego that just are that they just whatever it is, the Rockies play the Padres incredibly well. They always have, especially with the woes that they've experienced against so many other parts of the division. And man, that is, it's a long road ahead. There's so much more work. This good stretch of 3 games needs to be a stretch of 7 games. The Rockies need to win 7 of their next 10. You need to start going on those type of stretches to get to where you need to be. But starting it like that, that's how you do it. Now, however, the Rockies are on the Rockies head on the road here to the Marlins and the Twins. The Rockies have always struggled against Miami in Miami. The Marlins have really good pitching, and the Rockies are going on the road. And the Twins, that's a winnable series. The Twins have firepower. The Twins have the opportunity, but the Rockies missed opportunities against the Twins earlier. But then when you head back to Coors Field, you have 2 series against 2 opponents. That's going to be tough. You play the Dodgers again. Dodgers now in midseason form, not in the beginning of the season. They are, a much different team than when the Rockies played them in the beginning of the season. And the Diamondbacks, who always play the Rockies incredibly well. And then you flip. You go on the road to LA. You go into Phoenix. You have a huge division stretch. So a road trip into a tougher homestand. This is a stretch. If the Rockies are successful here, it's a good news for the Rockies here. And some other good news for the Colorado Rockies is the potential return of Chris Bryant. Again, I'm looking it up right now, just because I've been kind of off the grid lately. I know he was stated to go for a farm stint post here, but Twitter is kind of not helping me, but I'll look it up. But Chris Bryant and Ty Block are supposed to be getting back with the Rockies here soon. Let's see. Let's head over to Rock's Pile. After taking from Kevin Henry here on Rock's Pile 2 days ago, after taking part in a simulated game on Friday afternoon at Coors Field, Colorado Rockies manager Bud Black said that Chris Bryant could return from the injured list in time for next weekend's road series against the Minnesota Twins. Our hope is that we see Chris in Minnesota, Black said before the Rockies took on San Diego to open a 3-game series. The next 5, 6, 7 days, we'll see what lies ahead. Black indicated that Bryant would head to AAA Albuquerque for a rehab assignment before joining the Rockies in Minnesota for a series that begins on Friday. He added that Bryant looks ready after running the bases, participating in outfield drills, and stepping into the batting cage over the past few days. Bryant has been in on the injured list twice this season with back issues, landing back on the IL on May 25th with a lower back strain. Bryant had played in just 2 games, going 1 for 6 after coming off the injured list before the strain forced him back on the shelf. Bryant has a line of 270, 342, 675 in 63 at-bats with no home runs. Again, Kevin Henry on Rock's Pile over there on Fansided. So that Minnesota series and that home series with the Rockies could see them getting, if they keep the momentum, if they go into Miami and they win a series in Miami and, maybe head into Minnesota with some good momentum, that means some good news with Chris Bryant returning. Maybe that could be a launching pad for Chris Bryant to come back and help contribute to this Rockies team, who is going to eagerly await his return. But we'll be breaking it all down right here on Locked On Rockies. That's going to do it for us today here on Locked On Rockies. Thank you so much for making us your first listen of the day. Hey, follow us on Twitter at LO Rockies. Follow me at Paul Holden 33. If you're curious where I am, I've been in New York with there's a YouTube channel called Dinger City, and we put together. Well, they put together, and I kind of helped a little bit with some stuff, but they did all the hard work. The a Mario baseball tournament of over 40 participants. If you want to see what we did this weekend, go look on the YouTube channel Dinger City, and you can check out what they do over there. But there's a whole competitive online Mario baseball scene. A lot of us came together this weekend, played games in person. If you like Mario baseball, it's another thing that I do. It's a fun kind of thing too. That's a lot more in the in another universe that I love in addition to Rockies baseball. So yeah, if you want to go check out Dinger City on YouTube there, and you can see the whole big stream. You'll see me kind of in my goofball Mario baseball personality mode, but I also play arguably one of the best games of the entire stream. So if you want to check that out, you can. But there's so much great stuff going on the Locked On Podcast Network that you can make for your next listen of the day. But thank you all so much for tuning in to Locked On Rockies. Enjoy the off day for the Rockies. We will be back in action with Locked On Rockies tomorrow. I am, like I said, on the road. So hopefully you all enjoyed the show here today. And folks, until next time, I'm Paul Holden saying so long from the